Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube, the interwebs. Yeah. Um, so how's it going? It's Tuesday. Time for another Villainous Times. Tuesday, the 19th of June, 2000. Not Peace Tuesday, 2012. How do I feel about that? This just in. This is how I feel about that. I'm gonna let you know that this just in. Reading is good. Um, and I'm not talking about your traditional uh, view of reading or what you view while you're reading. For instance, one of my good friends likes to read her uh, husband, um, probably more fervorously than anyone I've ever met, which is fantastic. Reading the same book over and over and over and over only gets better with time. Honestly, you understand more about the book, the more about yourself, the more about what the book wants from you, the more the bindings, the pages, the creases. You learn the imperfection. You learn everything about that book, and you'll learn to love it the way it is. Um, But when I talk about reading, I'm not talking about loving, not like virtuous loving. Then I'm talking about romantic loving, like sex. Yeah, reading equals greater than or equal to um, sex. Reading equals sex, um, uh, which is good for everybody else. Um, for me, I don't really ever read uh, all that often, ever actually, which I'm okay with because I haven't found anybody that's really interested in what I'm interested in, and that's changing the world, Amazon, for the benefit of humanity, inspiring people who suffered through sufferings. Um, Anyways, reading is fantastic. You should definitely pick up a good book, the same book, as often as you possibly can, with loyalty to that book, of course, no matter what particular gender that book has, um, because it values and builds character to persevere through rough times with that particular book hand in hand, in fact. Um, but that said, some books are bad for you. Some books give you bad taste in your mouth. Some books smell bad down at the bottom of the spine. Some books leave you scarred in. Where do I go with that? Scarred in that they give you STDs! Mazong! I don't want STD. Those are bad news, apparently. I don't know. I've only ever been with like 2 people. That's pretty lame considering I got this gray one coming in. Can you guys see that? I got a gray one right there in my beard. No, can't see it. It's super long though. I got a bunch of gray ones in my chest and in my hair up here. But what else? I'm okay with that because they're more akin to white than gray, and that means I'm going to be awesome. I guess. I really have no idea. Um. So, anyways, be loyal to your book. Don't diverge and go other places to find reading material when you have a fantastic book at home that you're not even amazing at pleasing. Because if you were amazing at pleasing, the book would want to reciprocate so that you would mingle and mash better and it would be more fantastic. And don't ponder, either in your mind or with your eyes, the possibility of reading other books in public or on the internet or anywhere else whilst you are dedicated to a particular book, because it's a foul mentality that doesn't have anything to do with love or chivalry or servanthood or edification or you learning to love your particular book better. It just has to do with you self-gratifying yourself in the moment, which is terrible because it means you're comfortable with being ridiculous and silly and evil. Yeah, I said evil. Yeah, you're pretty much evil. Yeah, you people that say like or think that you got the Big Mama burger at home. Awesome, wife. But you like to dabble in looking at the fries on the plate and the coleslaw, gravy, and that stuff. Just because you can, which is ridiculous because it means that you're you're. I have lots of words for you, but really, it just means that not you're that type of person. It means that you're that type of person. You're the type of person that would do that, which is it's just not cool. So, I'll be right back with part two, where I won't be discussing reading because apparently I suck at it, but I'm okay with that because the right book just hasn't come along yet, and potentially it never will, and I guess I'm okay with that because I'm old. I'm like I'm like old. And there's like no one for me that, cause I'm old. Nobody wants an old fogey that like, oh yeah, I totally cycled 84K today. And I'm still alive and got tons of energy because I gotta go um, clean the park later and jazz. But anyways, um, I got lots of stamina. And I believe in jazz and I live for it. Which is weird. Anyway, I'll be right back in part two. Villainous Times, Tuesday, June 19th, 2012. This is Juke Time with a new shirt on that you can't see because I set up. You know what?